If you want to know how to launch your first Facebook ads campaign, then in this video, I'm going to share with you a step-by-step method so that you will be able to launch your first Facebook ads conversion campaign for print-on-demand business. If that sounds good, keep on watching. Hey, my name is Vinu Somarajan and I'm the founder of Ecom Miracle Hub, and I'm on a mission to help 10,000 people become freedom and to build the next breed of ecom entrepreneurs from India. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step method so that you will be able to launch your first Facebook ads conversion campaign. All right. So before jumping into my ads manager, so please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also like this video. So now let's jump into my ads manager. All right. So now I'm actually in my ads manager. So now we're going to create a conversion campaign for print on demand business, right? So before that, let me just walk you through what is that actually, what are these a different campaign objectives are. So you can see here awareness. So awareness is to get more reach, more brand awareness, video views. For that you can run ads for awareness. Traffic is nothing but so if you want more link clicks or landing page views, you can go with traffic. So engagement is where so you run ads for getting more likes, comments, shares, messages, video views, all this stuff. And leads is for collecting leads through instant forms, messages, calls, signups, all this stuff. And app promotion, so if you, let's say if you have an app, okay, so you can choose this objective called app promotion. So it is actually good for app installs and app events. And now comes the sales. Okay, so we all need sales, right? So for e-com business, we actually need sales, right? So for that, so sales is actually taken for if you want more conversions, catalog sales, messages, go with sales. So we always go with sales only. Okay, so once you select the objective as sales, click on continue. And now I actually want to run actually want to run ads for this is the a t-shirt design I actually want to run ads for. Okay, so so this is actually a daughter design. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name this campaign as daughter. Okay, let's name it as daughter. Okay, so now comes rest everything, you don't need to change anything. So there is something called campaign budget optimization, but it is always better to allocate your budget on ad set level than campaign while testing phase. Okay, so let it be off. Okay, we will set the budget for each and every ad set we are going to create. Okay, so let's click on next. Okay, so now you can see here we moved. So this is our campaign. Now we move to a ad set level, right? So in the ad set level, we need to select website, and make sure that you are selecting your right pixel, and also make sure that you are choosing the conversion event as purchase, right? So there are other events like add to carts, page views, initiate checkout, all this stuff, but always make sure that you are actually selecting purchase. Now moving my, and so by scrolling down, you will also see optimization for ad delivery. Make sure that it is also conversions, right? So now coming to budget and schedules, right? So make sure that you are actually, when starting out, start with a budget of $5. Okay, so so in this ad account is actually in GBP, so pounds. So just ignore this, so make sure that when you are launching your ads, make sure that it is actually coming around. So you are using $5. So if you are someone who is using Indian ad account, so make sure that you are using 350 or 375 rupees. Okay, so that's how you need to keep your daily budgets. Okay, start with $5. Okay, so just for the time sake, just assume that this is actually dollars. Okay, so now coming to schedules. So always schedule your campaign to the next day starting at 12 a.m. Okay, that should be the that's what you need to schedule for. Okay, so that we get enough time, so Facebook is actually getting enough time to show your ads to more number of people, and they get more a better time for getting it optimized. So it's always better to launch your campaign and on the next day starting at 12 a.m. right? So now comes the audience. Okay, so this is the place where we're going to define our audience. Okay, so we're going to set, you can see here locations, we're going to define our age, we're going to define our gender, we're going to also define our interest, the demographics, all this stuff, right? So before that, So let's analyze the designs. Okay, so it is written, you can scare me. I have a crazy daughter. She has anger issues and a serious dislike for stupid people, and I'm not afraid to use her. Right. So this is a quote. So by reading this, I understood that you know, this is something. So now let's like this is actually coming under daughter niche, and also this could be something, like a parents can give, like a parents can wear it themselves, right? So now let's define this. Let's define, like who's gonna buy this and who's gonna wear this, right? So who's gonna, like, by looking at this, uh, by going through this code, like I think, like either like a daughter could give it as a gift to their parents, or like the parents could also buy it, right? So parents could also buy it for themselves, right? So mom and dad. Okay, so who's gonna wear it? It's always the parent. It's the parents, right? So let's say mom and dad. Okay, so they are the ones who's gonna wear this particular t-shirt, right? So now, so the easiest way is actually, so what I actually do is, like, either I target the people who is going to buy, or either I will target the buyer. So in this case, what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to target the people who's going to buy from me. So I'm going to ignore the daughters, because, so daughters can be of, so they might, it is not necessary that they have the money to buy from us, right? So it's always better to target parents. Okay, so they have the money, they have the, like, spending capacity, so it is always better to target them. So what I'm gonna do is, in this case, I'm gonna I'm gonna select interest related moment at, right? So this is what I'm gonna define my audience uh in my ads, like in my ad set level, right? So now let's focus on the location. So location, I always keep it as United States. Okay, now comes the um now comes age. Okay, so now we need to define the age furthermore. All right, so by looking at this, I think, so parents who are actually 35 plus uh, are willing to, like, buy from us, who has a daughter, who are willing to buy from us, right? Let's keep the age as 35 plus. Now comes the gender could be, like, both male and female. Okay, so we never know who's gonna buy it exactly from us, right? So we can either target, like, separately, but, like, sort of, like, in this case we will just go with gender itself, right? Both genders. Now comes the detail targeting. Okay, so detail targeting, I will be explaining it inside the ads manager. Okay, so now let's go back to the ads manager. Okay, so here, okay, so now click on edit. Now okay, so one thing you need to note, you need to keep in mind that, like, you need to change this to people living in this location. Okay, and remove this United Kingdom, and let's type United States. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we selected United States. Now we need to define the age. Okay, so we selected the age as, like a 35 plus, right? So let's put it as, let's start it from 35 to 65 plus, let it be. Okay, or you can even further down, like, you can even further narrow down by saying that, let's say, let's keep it as 55, 35 to 55. Okay, so let's keep it this way. Okay, so now we're gonna select the interest. Okay, so no, we have this gender, so all genders is already selected. So you can either, if you're planning to target only fathers, you can choose this option as men, or if you are trying to target only moms, like, you can keep the targeting as woman, right? So, like, in this case, I will just go with all genders. Now let's select the interest. Okay, so now we need parents, right? So let's call it parents. Let's search parents. So there is there's something called parents all. Okay, so now let's also look at the audience. So the audience size is actually coming around like 18 million, so it's good to go, right? So now what you need to do, just copy this parents all. Okay, just copy this. Now name your ad set name as parents all. Okay, all right, so now scroll down. Okay, so it is always better to, like, in one ad set, it's always better to keep only one ad set, sorry, one interest. Like, the reason is that, so let's say if you are stacking too many interests. Okay, so if you are stacking, let's say, like, if you're stacking, like, all this stuff, let me just, like, pick it up. So let's say we are, like, stacking all these interests in one go. what is actually going to happen is that, let's say you go to sales. Okay, now you don't know which interest is actually giving you sales. You don't know that, like you won't be able to take a better decision. So it's better to, choose only one interest per ad set. Okay, so in this one, in this case, we will just go with parents hold. Now scroll down and you will be able to see placements. Okay, so placements are the places where, like, it is nothing but the defining where your ad should be shown to, like, either it is newsfeed, or it should be in the videos, or it should be in the, the articles, messenger, all this stuff. Okay, so in my experience, it is always better to, go with automatic placement. Let Facebook decide that. Okay, uh, in my experience, I always keep, the placement as automatic. Okay, now click on next. Okay, so now let's name it as, let's name it as, one. Okay, so here you can select your page, and if you have an Instagram account, you can select that too. Okay, so now coming back to the, creating ads, right? So there are a lot of options. You can either use, use existing posts, create ads, create, hub mockups, all this stuff. So it is better. So, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it create ad single image. So here, click on add image. Okay, so let me upload one image. I already created one mockup for the, for the test purpose. Okay, let me use this. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So we just added an image. So this is how I created the, the add image. Now comes the primary text. Okay. Uh, okay. So here, what you need to do, like, this is how you write your ad copy. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. Okay. So you can write it as. So now comes the ad copy, right? So you can write it as, like, order here, and you can, so copy this, make sure that you copying the, always copy the product page link. Okay, always drive your traffic to product page only. Don't try, try to send your traffic to home page, collection page. No, it does not work like that. Okay, so it's always better to send it to, a product page, so that, like, it is actually making the people, check out much more easily. Like, all they need to do is, like, click on add to carts, enter their details, and they will be able to check out much more easy, right? So let's keep it as, let's write the, let's put the, you know like the product page link. Now also you can mention, like, not available in, available in stores. Okay, that's it. Okay, keeping it simple, it's all about the designs. Okay, so you don't need to worry about all this stuff. So we just need to make sure that people are able to find the links. That's it. Now comes the, the call to action. So here you can choose, uh, let me see, shop now. Okay, shop now. Okay, so here, website URL, you can mention it here. Okay, now display link, you can mention your, you can mention your store name over here. Okay, and done. Okay, so here, make sure that you selected domain name. Okay, and we are good to go. Okay, we are. And if you want to change all this stuff, you can write it over here. Like headlines, let's say best gift for parents or something like that. You can write it. You can play around with all this stuff. Uh, you can also type limited time offer. Okay, so based on your audience, you can mention all this stuff. Okay, so now we are done. Now what you actually need to do is, now we created on the left, you can see here, we created one one campaign, one ad set and one ad. Now it's time for us to add more interest, right? So for that, just click on this three dot on this parents, click on duplicate. Okay, so we need let's launch three more. Okay, just choose the number of copies as 3, click on duplicate. Okay, so now everything is done. Okay, so now all you need to do is just change the, like, rest everything remains same. All you need to do is just change the data targeting, and that's the name, that's it. Okay, so even the ads, everything is been copied, right? So let's change this one. Okay, so let's go back to your detail targeting, click on edit. So if you want to find more interest, what you actually need to do, just click on suggestions. Facebook will show you, some of the related, uh, you know, uh, interests. So you can also go with married. Okay, so let's target married in one ad set. So let me copy this married, scroll up, put it over here. Okay, so now let's move to the next ad set. Okay, click on edit over here, and let's click on suggestions again. Okay, so you can see here, like parents with like a primary school, all like parents with preschoolers, all this stuff. So you can also try that, and if you can also try, there are like let's try like parenting. Okay, let's search parenting. So you can see here parenting also. Okay, so parenting is an interest. Okay, so you can try that. Okay, let's target parenting, or let me see if there is something else. Uh, okay, so yeah, let's keep it parenting. Okay, parenting, copy that, paste it over here. Now we need one more interest, right? So here, what we're gonna do is click on edit, click on suggestions. Okay, so here actually we can go with like this one, like parents with primary school age children 6 to 8 years. So let's choose that one, remove the parents all, copy this, paste it over here. All good. Okay, all right, so we are good to go. Okay, and one thing you might have noticed here, estimated, estimated daily results, like based on 7-day click, like all this stuff, like reach is like this much, conversion is 0. So it is actually an estimate. So so a lot of people get confused on this, like Facebook is telling that you might get 0 purchase, like all this stuff. So just ignore this part, like it is not actually correct, like it is not actually the proper thing. Okay, for some people it is showing less than 10 conversion, but doesn't mean that they will get that much sales. No, so even if it is show 0, like you will get sales, like even for all my ads, like it is still showing 0 estimated, like conversion is actually 0, but I get sales. So just ignore this part. Okay, so now that's it. So what you actually need to do, just click on daughter and click on publish, and your ad, your campaign will be published, and it will move to review stage, and once the Facebook review it, it will move to active stage. Okay, so this is how you launch your first conversion campaign by step. Okay, so I hope you got a lot of value from this video, and if you guys have any doubts or anything, just let me know in the comments below. So if you're someone who is really want to level up your ecom game, I want you to check the my 4-day workshop for print on my business. So I will drop the link in the description, so please make sure that you check that link, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video. And thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.